With its small size, many travelers try to pack their island adventures into a 7-day road trip around Ireland. But with epic landscapes and hidden treasures across the island, travelers willing to slow down and savor one region will be rewarded. From the craggy coastlines of the Dingle Peninsula, to the mythical magic of the Giant's Causeway, here are the 10 best road trips in Ireland. East to west road trip start, Dublin. End, Doolin. Distance, approximately 270 miles, 435 kilometers. Go west. As you quit Dublin's suburban sprawl, the landscape continues to soften, and before you know it you're in Galway, gateway to beautiful, brooding Connemara, where the mountainous landscape is punctuated by brown bog and shimmering lakes. Explore one of the country's most magnificent spots before looping south into the Burren of County Clare, the spiritual home of Irish traditional music. Ancient Ireland road trip start, Brú na Bóinne. End, Glendalough. Distance, approximately 329 miles, 529 kilometers. Go time traveling through Middle Ireland's collection of ancient tombs, Celtic sites and monastic cities, and cover 3,000 years in 4 days. This trip transports you from the Neolithic era to the last days of the first millennium, via the signposts of Ireland's astonishing history, the prehistoric treasure trove of Cruachan I, the ancient passage graves of Brú na Bóinne and Loughcrew, the ancient Celtic capital atop the hill of Tara, and the rich monastic settlements of Clonmacnoise, Glendalough and Cashel, some of the most important early medieval universities in Europe. Wexford and Waterford road trip start, Enniscorthy. End, Ardmore. Distance, approximately 102 miles, 164 kilometers. Ireland's favorite beach destinations are dotted along the coastlines of counties Wexford and Waterford, but there's far more to the region than just buckets and spades. Collectively labeled the sunny southeast, Wexford and Waterford get less rainfall and more sunshine than anywhere else in Ireland, but the southeastern counties are about more than resort towns and pretty beaches. There's history aplenty round here, some stunning inland scenery and a vibrant foodie scene that mightn't be as well known as that in neighbouring Cork but is just as good. Ring of Kerry road trip start, Killarney. End, Ross Castle. Distance, approximately 125 miles, 202 kilometers. Circumnavigating the Avera Peninsula, the Ring of Kerry is the longest and most diverse of Ireland's prized peninsula drives, combining jaw-dropping coastal scenery with soaring mountains. You can drive the Ring of Kerry in a day, but the longer you spend, the more you'll enjoy it. The circuit winds past pristine beaches, medieval ruins, mountains, lofts and the island-dotted Atlantic, with the coastline at its most rugged between Waterville and Caherdaniel in the peninsula's southwest. You'll also find plenty of opportunities for serene, starkly beautiful detours, such as the Skellig Ring and the Croman Peninsula. Dingle Peninsula road trip start, Killarney. End, Tralee. Distance, approximately 115 miles, 185 kilometers. Driving around this history-infused headland, you'll encounter churches, castles, Neolithic monuments, captivating scenery and artistic Little Dingle, the peninsula's delightful capital. As you twist and turn along this figure-of-8 drive, the coastline is the star of the show. The opal blue waters surrounding the Dingle Peninsula provide a wealth of aquatic adventures and superbly fresh seafood, and you'll find that where the promontory meets the ocean, at wave-pounded rocks, secluded coves and wide, golden sand beaches, Dingle's beauty is at its most unforgettable. West Cork Village's road trip start, Kinsale. End, Glengariff. Distance, approximately 220 miles, 354 kilometers. West Cork claims some of Ireland's most scenic driving country, with 3 spectacular peninsulas and a cache of maritime villages filled with colourful shops and pubs alive with music. This trip contains one of Ireland's trinity of top peninsula drives, the spellbinding Beara Peninsula, straddling counties Cork and Kerry. Beara's southern side, along Bantry Bay, harbours working fishing villages, while on the rugged northern side craggy roads cut in and out of nooks and crannies and tiny coves are like pearls in a sea of rocks. Wild Atlantic Way road trip start, Inishowen Peninsula. End, Kinsale. Distance, approximately 1,600 miles, 2,600 kilometers. The most westerly fringe of Europe is the wild, rugged and incredibly beautiful west of Ireland. It offers quintessential landscapes, which is why Irish tourism created the Wild Atlantic Way as its signature driving route. Ireland's western coastline is one of the world's most stunning shorelines, a 2,500 kilometers necklace of jagged cliffs, crescent strands and latticed fields strung out from West Cork to northeastern Donegal. This official driving route is richly decorated with the panoramic pit stops you came to Ireland to experience. Here you'll discover the best beaches in Europe, the epic landscapes of Connemara, culture-packed Galway and Clare, and the Kingdom of Kerry right round to West Cork's wonderful fishing villages. This road trip is, in a word, epic, but it is also broken down into 14 stages that can be explored individually. North Mayo and Sligo road trip start, Westport, end, Sligo town. Distance, approximately 165 miles, 266 kilometers. Travel from country cosmopolitan Westport to nature at its most visceral on windswept to Chill Island. Then, carry on via superb surfscapes to Sligo, Yeats' beloved adopted hometown. This area has something quietly special, the rugged and remote Atlantic scenery of the West, but with fewer crowds. Grab a board and face off an invigorating roller at a Chill, take a restorative seaweed bath at Enniscrone, walk in W.B. Yeats' footsteps round the Lake Isle of Innisfree, at the foot of Benbulben and enjoy the unpretentious company of lively Westport. Donegal road trip start, Rossnola, end, Buncrana, distance, approximately 263 miles, 423 kilometers. Supremely scenic, sometimes scary, roads lead from sandy shores to exposed mountains, taking in horse rides, boat trips and world-class art along the way. This trip prompts diverse sensations. Looming Errigal Mountain is overwhelming. A beach horse ride feels liberating, and driving the high mountain passes is heart-in-the-mouth stuff. Relax on boat trips around Donegal Bay to 600 high sea cliffs and an island, then encounter international art, Ireland's traditional industries and piles of hand-cut peat beside the road. On this trip you gain a true insight into delightful Donegal. Causeway Coast road trip start Bangor, end, Derry. Distance, approximately 183 miles, 295 kilometers. From seaside to mountainside, via ruined castles, stately homes, museums and the Giant's Causeway, this trip blends cracking coastal scenery with blockbuster historic sites. This drive delivers a true taste of Ireland's gloriously diverse north. The must-see stops of the Giant's Causeway and Carrick Reid, castles and historic homes at Mount Stewart, Hillsborough, Dunluce and Downhill, and superb scenery, from Slemish to sea-sprayed cliffs and immense sand dunes. This mystical landscape's extraordinary rock formations, ruined castles and wooded glens have made the region an atmospheric backdrop for the TV series Game of Thrones, with numerous filming locations here. By stopping in Belfast and Derry on either end of your trip along the Antrim coast, you'll experience two vibrant cities progressing beyond a painful past.